Africa Briefing podcast, where we discuss the present economic and political issues shaping our continent. I'm John Ofeaza. All right, let's talk about something that's been on my mind lately. I saw a social media post the other day, and it really made me stop and think. It was about Ghana, one of the world's top gold producers. But get this, Ghana doesn't actually own any of its gold mines. Let that sink in. A country rich in gold, yet most of the profits from that gold, they go elsewhere. And here's the thing, it's not just Ghana. This is the story of many African nations. We sit on some of the world's richest mineral deposits: gold, diamonds, oil, uranium, you name it. Yet we still export raw materials while barely seeing the benefits. Meanwhile, foreign corporations rake in billions. Now, President John Mahama recently spoke at Ghana's Economic Dialogue. It was actually on Monday, March 3rd. And he put it bluntly: Africa needs to move away from raw material exports and focus on value addition. Because here's the deal: when we export raw materials, we are not just losing money, we are losing opportunities to build industries, create jobs, and develop our economies. And let's be real, when we ship out raw materials and buy back finished products, we are playing a losing game. Just think about it. Raw gold, not worth as much as gold jewelry or gold bars. Crude oil, cheaper than refined petrol and diesel. Raw cocoa, a fraction of the price of finished chocolates. And yet, Africa mostly exports the raw versions. And why? Because historically, our economies have been designed to serve external interests, not our own development. And when countries try to change that, well, suddenly the international community starts throwing around words like resource nationalism and warning about scaring off investors. Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger, they are they are done playing that game. They are taking serious steps to reclaim control of their minerals. Mali is renegotiating mining contracts to make sure more money stays in the country. Burkina Faso is demanding a bigger government stake in mining operations, and actually, it has already built its own gold refinery. And Niger, after its recent political shakeup, is reviewing its uranium deals, which, let's be honest, have historically benefited France more than Niger itself. And of course, the Western media is calling this a threat to investment. But let's be honest, who has investment really benefited up to now? Because if foreign companies have been making billions while Africans struggle with unemployment and poor infrastructure, then maybe, just maybe, the current system isn't working in our favor. Now, if there's one country that knows this struggle inside out, it's Nigeria. For decades, Nigeria has been one of the world's biggest oil producers. But ironically, it has imported most of its fuel because the state-owned refineries just weren't functional. And this has cost the country billions. But here's where things get interesting. The Dangote Refinery. This is Africa's largest refinery that started operations just last year. And it is set to process 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day. And it's not just for Nigeria. This refinery is going to be a game changer for the entire West African sub-region. This is exactly the kind of shift we need across the continent. Instead of sending out crude oil and buying back expensive refined fuel, Nigeria is taking control of its oil industry. And if more countries follow suit, building refineries, processing plants, and manufacturing hubs, imagine the economic transformation we could see. So, what needs to happen for Africa to truly own its wealth? One, renegotiate the deals. We need better mining and oil contracts that actually benefit our countries. Two, invest in local processing, refineries, smelters, manufacturing plants. These are non negotiable if you want real economic growth. Three, push for government stakes in key industries because relying on foreign companies to, in quote, to develop our resources hasn't worked in our favor. And four, strengthen regional cooperation. If African nations negotiate together, we have more leverage. Look, I'm not saying this is going to be easy. There will be pushback. Big corporations don't like losing control, and the powerful nations don't like it when their supply chains get disrupted. But at some point, we have to decide: do we keep giving away our wealth, or do we take control of our future? And with moves like Mali's mining reforms at the Dangote Refinery, we are seeing that change is possible. But the question is, how far are we willing to go? That's it for today's Africa Briefing podcast. Let's keep this conversation going. Hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, and let us know what you think. And if you found this insightful, share it, subscribe, and let's keep pushing for the Africa we want. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and let's keep hope alive. Goodbye.